The Department of Justice under Trump is taking a dangerous turn. As scrutiny intensifies and information leaks out, we're getting a clearer picture of what's happening behind closed doors, and it should alarm everyone. Trump and his administration have repeatedly claimed that Antifa is the #1 domestic terrorist threat in the United States. But when pressed under oath, federal officials couldn't answer basic questions. Where is Antifa headquartered? How many members does it have? Where does it actually operate? Those answers never came, because Antifa isn't a centralized organization. And yet, it's been used to justify sweeping national security actions. That brings us to National Security Presidential Memorandum 7, or NSPM-7. This is not an executive order. It's far more serious. National security memoranda set broad, long-term strategy for the entire federal law enforcement and intelligence apparatus. NSPM-7 directs agencies to focus on so-called left-wing political violence, but the definitions are so vague they can apply to millions of Americans. Under this framework, law enforcement isn't responding to crimes anymore. It's trying to prevent them before they happen. That's pre-crime. The memo lists indicators of potential extremism, including things like anti-Americanism, anti-capitalism, anti-Christian sentiment, hostility toward traditional family values, support for immigration or gender rights. In other words, beliefs, not actions. Attorney General Pam Bondi has now ordered the FBI to compile a list of domestic terrorist organizations using this logic. Journalists have asked whether people labeled this way could be subjected to lethal force, even inside U.S. borders. The Department of Justice refuses to answer. Members of Congress are warning that if the government can designate anyone a terrorist without evidence or due process, there's nothing stopping it from using military force against Americans themselves. This isn't normal. This isn't security. It's an existential threat to civil liberties, the Constitution, and potentially our lives. Because when beliefs become crimes, no one is safe.